By the end of this video, you'll know which of 4 subsystems in your biocomputer your different symptoms belong to. You'll have a better idea of what conflict is causing each symptom, as well as what happens when conflicts are resolved and your biocomputer goes into the healing phase. By the end of this video, you'll also understand why one of our society's biggest and scariest medical ideas is something you usually don't even have to worry about at all. Let's get started. Way back when you were just a recently fertilized egg, your body developed into 4 separate layers. These layers are so separate that they can be thought of as 4 separate bodies. Your 4 bodies help each other, but they have very different functions and they developed at different times in evolutionary history. Each layer was built around the older layer, and the newer layers are dependent on and help the older layers. Each layer also has its own cluster of nerves that acts like a central computer server which controls the voltage and data movement in that layer of your body, what we call the brain. That is, each of your 4 layers has its own brain, and each of your 4 separate brains responds to biological conflicts by running its own particular sets of programs. They can't run each other's programs. Expecting one of your biocomputer subsystems to run a program that belongs to another system would be like trying to load a Word document into your MP3 player or trying to watch a DVD on your car radio. The 4 separate brains in your head communicate with one another, but they never take over each other's jobs. Altogether, there are about 500 different conflict-related programs, but each of them fits into only one of these biocomputer subsystems. And every medical diagnosis is just a combination of one or more of these 500 different programs. The oldest 2 layers of your body handle absolute survival and basic protection of your body. The 2 younger layers of your body help you to survive and protect yourself by helping you move toward and away from nourishment and attack, and by helping you to sense, respond to, and think about your environment to better secure nourishment and avoid attack. Everything that you've learned about conflict, stress, healing, and therapy applies to each of these 4 layers of your body. That is, when any of these layers of your body has a problem doing what it's supposed to do, surviving, protecting you, moving you around, or dealing with your environment, you experience a conflict in that particular brain that goes with that particular layer of your body. That, and only that, biocomputer subsystem will run the conflict program, and once the problem's resolved, it will run the second healing part of the program in order to put that layer of your body back to normal again. Now here's how each of those 4 subsystems works. The oldest, most crucial layer of your body is the part of your body that's responsible for your basic survival. This layer of your body, in the right environment, could theoretically survive by itself. Its sole job is nutrient management if you have any unconscious internal conflict related to getting substances such as food, water, oxygen, or even sound waves and photons of light into and out of your body. This biocomputer subsystem will run a program in the base of your brain, also called the pons or the brainstem. This part of your body controls digestive tissues located in your digestive tract, uterus, lungs, kidney, inner ears, irises of your eyes, and in a few other spots. When you experience a conflict related to being unable to get any kind of substance or nutrient or any item that you need into or item that you don't want out of your body, the pons of your brainstem will turn up the voltage to the layer 1 digestive tissues best able to help you deal with this conflict. This will cause the tissue in this part of your body to increase in size and function. For example, let's say you have a suffocation or death fright. Your pons will run a program that increases the surface area and absorptive qualities of your lung alveoli, literally enabling you to suck more oxygen out of the air you breathe. When you resolve your conflict, your brain will instantly shut off the voltage to this excess tissue, causing it to die off. The excess tissue is removed from your body naturally in the healing phase, with symptoms of its own, depending on how severe and sustained your conflict experience was. The second oldest layer of your body protects you from physical damage. This layer of your body evolved later and is dependent on layer 1 for its existence. Your protection layer responds to programs that run in your cerebellum to handle any kind of conflict related to direct or perceived attack against your body, including small attacks such as dirtiness. The tissue affected is called the corium skin or dermis tissue, and these tissues are found lining and enveloping all the cavities of your body. That includes tissues like pleura, pericardium, greater omentum, and corium tissue underneath all of your outer skin, even the amniotic sac that surrounded your body before you were born. If you experience a physical attack conflict, your cerebellum will turn up the voltage to the tissues in the appropriate part of your body, causing them to become thicker. When you resolve the attack conflict, your cerebellum will shut off the voltage to this extra tissue, and the tissue will be removed from your body, usually in some rather gross but natural ways, such as infection, pus, excess fluid. The second newest layer of your body is the part of your body that's responsible for helping you get around, to find nutrients you need, and to get away from potential attack against your body. Layer 3 exists to help the first 2 layers of your body. This subsystem of your biocomputer is run by the white matter called your cerebral medulla. This runs your entire musculoskeletal system, including bone, muscle, fat, blood, lymph, gonads, and adrenals. Any self-devaluation conflict of not being able to do something that you need to do for survival or self-protection will run a biocomputer in this layer of your body. If you experience a self-devaluation conflict, the white matter of your cerebral medulla will respond by turning down the voltage to whichever part of your musculoskeletal system can best respond to the self-devaluation conflict. At a microscopic level, the musculoskeletal tissue in the appropriate part of your body will begin to deteriorate, which will temporarily make you slightly more nimble or agile, better able to respond the way you need to. When you resolve the conflict, the process will reverse and your cerebellum will turn up the voltage to the musculoskeletal tissues to repair the tissue loss and to make your body stronger than before, to hopefully prevent this type of conflict experience from happening again. You will experience this healing phase as pain, stiffness, swelling, and an increase in size in the affected tissue. The fourth and newest layer of your body exists to help the other 3 layers. This biocomputer subsystem is responsible for sensing your environment so that you have access to the best nutrient sources and avoid the most likely sources of danger. Run by the gray matter of your cerebral cortex, it controls all the sensory and voluntary motor equipment of your body. Your cerebral cortex and sensory organs are responsible for collecting and processing vast amounts of information about your surrounding environment and making you behave in ways that will best ensure your survival, safety, and ability. Your cerebral cortex will respond to conflicts of relating to your environment, such as separation conflicts, relationship conflicts, fight, flight, freeze conflicts, territorial issues. Responds by turning down the voltage to the appropriate body system, which will have the effect of microscopic deterioration of tissues or, more often, functional loss, such as a decrease in your sensory or voluntary motor ability, messed up blood sugar levels, or an inability to control your behavior. The conflict active phase of a cerebral cortex conflict is the reason for the vast majority of what is diagnosed as so-called mental illness and developmental disability. In the healing phase, after you resolve a conflict relating to your environment, your cerebral cortex will turn up the voltage to the affected body system, creating symptoms in your sensory and voluntary motor functions, or a reversal of blood sugar, behavioral, or psychological symptoms. Probably the biggest medical fear is that disease, once it starts in our body, can spread around. Doctors worry, for example, that bronchitis can become lung cancer or that a dental infection can spread to your heart. This fear has made the healthcare industry the single largest industry in the Western world, bigger even than the food industry, and that includes restaurants and eating food that's shipped an average of thousands of kilometers before it even gets to your table. We spend more money on avoiding disease than we spend on taking care of our basic needs. The truth is, Disease cannot spread from one layer of your body to another. Bronchitis can't turn into lung cancer because bronchitis is a cerebral cortex response to the threat of an intruder, and lung cancer is a brainstem response to a suffocation or death fright. A dental infection caused by a cerebellum-managed conflict of attack against your teeth and gums can't cause a cerebral medulla response to total overwhelmment, which is what affects your heart muscle. You can't get lung cancer in your bones. You can't get a toothache in your eye. If you cut your finger, it doesn't give you an infection in your uterus. Except we all know that cancer is terrible because it will metastasize around your body. That's why you've got to catch it early before it spreads to your lungs, liver, or brain, right? Wrong. Cancer cannot metastasize around your body. I'm Lishwi Springford. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Until then, be well and have a great day.